Hello, you lovely people. So I'm just gonna sit down and sort of talk which oh my hair, man, if that's not what you want to be watching, then feel free to, you know, click off or whatever. I'm not sure about this angle. I don't know. Maybe I need to go higher up. No, it's better there. But oh, my camera's doing my nuts in. I'm too tall. That's the issue. Maybe if I move further back. So yeah, basically, I thought I'd have a talk about how I'm finding things since my change in, well, life, I guess. So I'm now on my complete meal plan. I've done all my increases and I'm on the amount my dietitian wants me to be on in order to restore my weight. And it's been different. So I had my first weigh-in since this whole process and I did restore some weight and I handled it okay, much better than I thought I was going to handle it. Yeah, it's weird really, because since I've increased my food, I'm getting hungrier, which my brain still is baffled about, because when I was eating less, I wasn't as hungry, whereas now I'm eating more, I'm hungry for the amount of food, if that makes sense, which is a really bizarre prospect to me, because of, obviously I'm not going to mention numbers, but because of how much I'm eating, I'm like, how am I not full all the time? And the difference is I feel I can't say this word. I feel satiated. I think that's how I say it. So I go to bed and I'm not hungry. I wake up in the morning and I'm not hungry. I have my meal and I'm not thinking about the next time I'm going to eat. Like, I'm just eating my meal plan and I'm eating every 2 hours. I'm eating what I fancy when I fancy it. I'm not really, like, if I fancy something and it's not on that particular day's plan but I fancy it, I'll just have it because I fancy it. If that makes sense. I know I seem like I'm waffling. So things I've noticed is my anxiety's increased quite a lot, but that's sort of gone as my energy levels have increased, which is odd because my energy levels have increased a hell of a lot. The first start off with, they actually decreased and I was very tired, I was very exhausted, I was very just wanted to sleep all the time basically. And I'd say this week in particular I've definitely noticed the spike in my energy levels, which is a good thing because it means I can get more stuff done that I want to get done, so that's a really good thing. But with that I've noticed my anxiety is like gradually getting worse, and it's not even necessarily anxiety around food or around what I'm doing, but it's just general anxiety, and I don't know why it's there, if that makes sense. So it's a bit odd for me, but all in all I obviously have my bad days, like, oh my god, I have my bad days, but all in all my body image has improved. Yep, I'll say it again, I'm eating more food and my body image has improved. So for all you people that are like, oh my god, if I eat more my body image is gonna get even worse and all this, I can tell you now the opposite happens, because I thought exactly the same as you. I was like, as soon as I eat more I'm gonna feel even crapper about myself, but the exact opposite has happened. my body image has improved so much. Like, I do have my bad days, and I do have days where I'm just like, no. But overall, one, I don't think about my body as much. Two, I don't body check anymore. Like, I don't feel compelled to body check. Three, I'm looking more at what my body can do rather than what it looks like. I mean, I personally have no full length mirrors in my house, which I find very helpful. But obviously I can see myself now. I can see myself on camera. If I go to Ollie's, he has a mirror. I can see myself there. I literally have a mirror for my face, and that is it. Which some days that's horrendous as well, but I'm not going to talk about that. So yes, it's improved. The main thing that is odd for me is, I don't know if I can say this, basically my chest area has got bigger, and now when I get dressed and I look in the mirror in my lounge, which is sort of up to here, all I can see is my chest through my jumpers, and I'm not used to it. My clothes used to sort of just, and it was just, and now they sort of go. So it's really odd, because I'm just like, oh, this fits differently, and it's not it doesn't fit me, but it fits differently, and yeah, it's weird. I'm getting used to it, and it's not I don't like it, because like, of course I want, you know, a figure, but it's taking some getting used to. As well, one thing I will say is how variable body image is, and that's why I no longer base my whole mood, day, food, anything off my body image, because literally 1 minute I'll have a really good body image and I'll be like, oh my god, you know what, I don't look too bad, like, I actually can see that I need to restore some weight, and then the next minute I'll be like, oh my god, my thighs are huge, I can't do this anymore, like literally like that. And obviously in that amount of time my body has not changed, but something in my brain has, and I don't know what, so I can't help you with that, I'm afraid. But yes, that's definitely one thing to definitely take into account, that your body image changes so many times throughout the day that basing any form of what you eat, what you do, how you feel on it is just not a good idea. So what else? My digestion's improved, if anyone cares about that. I'm not going to go into it, but yeah, my digestion's improved a lot. My general just mood, like, I do have these things where I tend to go up, and then I crash, and I still don't seem to know why that is. But overall, my general mood is better, I would say. So my lows are very much still very, very, very low, but I'm having more, I don't even know if it's like, I feel more, but like, I don't know, stupid is what I would say. I'm just being silly and like laughing and dancing around the kitchen, and I'll feel a bit more, I don't know how to explain it, hyper, I guess, I don't know. Like if you give kids sugar, I guess I feel a bit more like that. I don't know, but yes, that's one thing I've noticed. I definitely am more childish, I'm more silly, I'm more annoying, I guess. I'm not as like uptight and like rigid, I guess is what I would call it, which has been good for me and everyone around me. But one thing that has been happening, which I need to get on top of after this whole COVID-19 situation, is I have been finding it a lot more difficult to stay grounded. So when I disassociate, I cannot bring myself back at all, and I will lose days at a time, hours at a time, and I'll get to the end of the day and I'll be like, what have I actually done today? And I'll think, and I'll try and think, and I can't remember my day at all. Like, I've just been on complete, you know, like, autopilot, I guess. And then, as I said, my mood seems to go up. Like, right now, I'm on quite a high, I feel. I'm sort of going up in the world. Whereas last week, I was very much in the pits of, I don't know, lowness. So my mood is very like this. But maybe that's just me. Like, my mum has very changeable moods, so maybe that's just me. But yeah, all in all, I'm finding it a lot easier than I thought I would. I am finding it hard to fit in all the food in the day, hence why I have to eat every 2 hours. And it is phenomenal to my brain how I will literally plan my day, plan my meals, and I have to keep going back and adding things because I'm like, how is this still not the amount of food I need? Like, honestly, it's a crazy change, it really is. And as I mentioned earlier, for me, not being as hungry is in the mornings is quite hard, because I feel like that was my meal that was the easiest, because I would wake up and all I could think about was food, basically. So breakfast was like, oh yeah, breakfast. Whereas now I wake up and I probably like wait about an hour and a half before I have my breakfast, which is crazy for me. I'm like, what? And I'm also finding it a lot harder because I have so much more energy. I'm finding being restful a lot harder. And obviously at the moment we're in quarantine, we're on lockdown, and I can only go for 1 walk a day, which is a blessing, I feel, because I feel like if we weren't in this situation, I would be very much struggling with that side of things, because I am so full of energy all the time, and hence I think that's why I keep dancing around my kitchen like a lunatic. And the old me would have just walked for miles. But like, I can think so much more rationally as well. For example, last night I made a vegan omelette. First time making it. It went okay. But as I was making it, I had the fry light next to the pan, and I was just sort of spraying as much as I needed. Whereas in the past, I would have been like, nope, no more than, I don't know, maybe 6 sprays, and that was it. And if it was sticking, it was sticking. Like, that was fine. Like, dinner would have been ruined, you know. Whereas last night I was sort of like, well, I actually want to eat this omelette, and I actually want it to taste nice, so it needs more fry light on it, man. And it was really nice. Like, I recommend. But like, stuff like that, I wasn't thinking as I was spraying the fry light. I wasn't thinking, oh my god, this is X grams of saturated fat, you know. I must admit, when I realised afterwards how much I'd used, I was a bit like, oh crap. But I had that moment of, oh crap, and then I was like, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'm restoring weight, like, it's getting me closer to my target, it made my dinner nicer, doesn't matter. So I feel like the thoughts are still very much coming in thick and fast, and sometimes I cannot get on top of them, but I can sort of differentiate more between what is a Lottie thought and what is an eating disorder thought, if that makes sense. So a thought will come in and I can sort of be like, is that me? Is that my disorder? And I can sort of differentiate a bit more. It doesn't always mean I win, but I can sort of, I feel more me in general, I think. And oh, my legs. And another thing on that note that I'm quite struggling with is clothes. Like, lots of my clothes fit me differently, so I don't want to wear them. And buying clothes, I don't know what to buy. I don't really know, because I've always dressed either to hide my body or to feel thinner in my body, and now I'm sort of trying to dress more for what I like and the style I like. And I still very much love pinafores, they will always be part of my life. And I sort of got a drawer of clothes that I wear when I'm having a bad body image day, or I'm bloated, or, you know, I'm due on and just my body image is awful, and they're basically like smocks. Like, yeah. But more and more, I just don't know what to buy. Like, I look at stuff and I'm like, I couldn't pull that off, or I couldn't see me in that. And at the moment I'm just sticking to pinafores and jumpers because I don't know what else to wear. And at the moment obviously we're in lockdown, so I'm just sort of wearing jumpers and baggy jumpers and leggings, or I'll wear pyjama bottoms and a jumper. Like, it's not really an issue, but like when all this is over, I need to think of what the hell I'm gonna wear, because I no longer want to dress to hide my body or to make myself look like a dainty fairy, which is all I can explain how I used to dress. I wouldn't buy something if it showed my silhouette, so to speak. I wouldn't buy it because I didn't like that. And I mean, I still struggle with it, and I'm not gonna start wearing crop tops or like anything like that. That's just not me. But now, I don't know, now I have got a bit of a chest and I'm starting to get hips and a bum and things like that. I kind of want to sort of dress how I'm supposed to dress, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm confused about it myself, so I'm just sticking with the baggy jumpers and leggings for now until I actually know what I'm supposed to put on my body. But my knees really hurt because I don't know what to wear. So yeah, that's one thing I'm struggling with. I'm also struggling with knowing, like, I don't know, I'm struggling quite a lot, but they're the main issues I'm finding. Like, I don't really know, knowing, like, it's hard to know if this is me now or whether, I don't know, like, for so long I've sort of, lots of me has been ingrained in my eating disorder, I guess. And now I don't feel like myself. It's weird. I feel like I'm this other person that I don't recognise. And I mean, it's odd. Like, but then I'm like, maybe this is me. Maybe this has always been me. Maybe I'm a silly, quirky, stupid, hyper, energetic, singing, dancing, I don't know. That's all I seem to be doing, is dancing like an idiot, or dancing around my room, singing at the top of my lungs and making stupid jokes and laughing. And that's never, I've always been a very rigid, very organised, like very serious human, I guess, apart from when I've been really manic. But it's weird because I'll look in the mirror, well, I don't look in the mirror often, but say put my contact lenses in or something, or just, that's just a figure of speech, I don't really look in the mirror, but like, and I don't know, I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, who is this human? Like, this human that has like a square of chocolate every other day, or makes herself hot chocolate before bed, and is like eating normal meals. Who is this human, and what is she doing here? And it's a very odd feeling to not feel like yourself. I literally don't know how else to explain it, apart from I don't feel like me. So yeah, that's my ramble. I've been talking for 20 minutes now, so I should probably shut up. But yeah, there's not much else I have to say other than it seems to be going okay. I am struggling with some things, but I wanted to keep this video as positive as humanly possible. They are the positives I found, and I'm in this very weird, ow, my wrist. I'm in this very weird stage at the moment where I feel like I'm like floating. I don't really know what's going on with my life, and I don't really know how much, like, what I'm gonna do in the future. I don't know, like, I don't know who I am anymore, which is okay. But yeah, I love you all. I hope you're well and stay safe. Stay, like, keep yourself distracted. Stay present. Stay fueled. Stay nourished. And I feel like I should say namaste or something because I keep doing this. Oh, and just, yeah, I love you all and I hope you're all well, and goodbye.